What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com. A little bit of the tip. Just the tip. The business tips for y'all. Now, there's two kinds of companies you can form. And one would be a company which is based on investment capital, where you get a lot of investors and you essentially buy your way through the push strategy into the marketplace. Push strategy would be going to a retailer saying we're running X amount of ads and putting it on the shelf and pray to God that those ads work and the consumer pulls the product off the shelf. Okay, that's one way of doing things. Another way of doing things is a consumer pull strategy, where you start out with a low level of investment, work your way from the grassroots, even selling direct to start, and then working your way up where you build the company organically without investors and with as little bit of loans as possible, running on cash flow and not debt. And building a company that way, obviously from seeing what I've done in the past, I wouldn't say an expert, but I am very good, very proficient at running a company within budget and operating on margin and cash flow to sustain, well, your cost, to sustain the cost of production, to sustain the cost of personnel. Now, while keeping overhead low is a definite plus, what I find happens when you have a company that operates based on the consumer push strategy, where you push through a retail store and you go with investments, one of the main issues is you tend to overspend because the money is there. You can't spend what you don't have, so it forces you to become creative. And today we're going to go over just a hodgepodge of things that will help you young entrepreneurs who are looking to start your own business to make wise decisions in how you form your company. If you do form your company, assuming you've done your liabilities, your SWOT analyses, which are your strengths, weaknesses, and threats, all that good stuff. You've done all that, and you make that wise decision to start a company. Now, I get emails all the time from people who say, hey, I'm starting a supplement company, or hey, I'm starting this company. Any tips? If you need tips on how to start your company, you do not belong in that industry. If you start any company, you need to be an expert at what you're doing. Whether you're starting, if you're selling sweaters, you better know the material. You better know everything about making a sweater and selling a sweater that there is. Running a business and starting a business, there's no learning curve. You're basically thrown in the water and you can sink or swim. 90% of the time, that's a proven statistic, people will sink. Businesses sink. 90% of businesses fail. However, the 10% that do make it aren't started by people who go, well, I don't even know who the main distributor is in the nutrition industry. Or people who come to me, well, I don't know what to do with this, or what do I do with this, or who should I use? That should be something that's stated explicitly in your business plan. So let's say you get there, okay? And here's why I believe that a consumer push strategy, strategy is the best way to go. Now, there are some companies that have become very, very, very successful with a consumer push strategy. However, it's not always as good as it seems. You go into Costco, you go on Tiger Fitness, you go on bodybuilding.com, you see Muscle Farm all over the place. An article was published this week that one of their main investors actually dumped their stock because they're not showing any revenue, any profit worth writing home about, and they do not think it's a wise investment to keep their capital in Muscle Farm. I've known many people who've lost tens of thousands of dollars investing in Muscle Farm stock. Muscle Farm are friends of mine. I like them. They're good guys. However, you can't argue with numbers. The numbers are showing that they spend too much to make $1. I believe they spend $20 to make $1. So while you see their product all over the place, their operating costs are through the roof. Okay, they have big yachts and they have gyms and they have this and they have that. But at the end of the day, and you've seen my video on top line versus bottom line. Okay, top line is essentially your sales. Bottom line is what you actually get to keep. So while they might have decently impressive top line numbers, those are bought numbers. You know, anybody can push their way into distribution with money. You could pay slotting fees and get into grocery stores. It's not rocket science. However, that doesn't matter. B2B, in my opinion, can kiss my B2B butt, okay? B2B doesn't matter. What matters is influencing the consumer, is touching the consumer. And how we do that, and this is, this is where I doing these videos are risky. Because people go, well, you're just a shill. You're just a marketing guy. Well, half the people on this YouTube thing call me dumb. I dare you to look at my LinkedIn And I dare you to look at my achievements, where I've lectured at, where I've consulted, where I consulted I can't even tell you because I have non-disclosures involved. Let's just say I've consulted with some of the largest firms on Wall Street, and I've consulted with some of the largest companies in this world. Okay, I am a marketing guy. It's what I do. However, what I do in supplements, because I'm a bodybuilder and because I care and I take all my stuff, that's based on giving you the best value with the highest quality, meeting label claim, and being, well, I'm one of you. I'm just a guy who wants to make gains. So what I feel our point of differentiation is, one of our main points of differentiation is, I'd hate to pardon my French, but giving a fuck. Giving a fuck is definitely something that we do differently, in that we give you products that we take ourselves. You know, I formulated Epic Gains, and my partner's like, man, then we'll never sell that. I'm like, but Chad, you know, I want a 2-to-1 carb to protein gainer. I want brown rice as my carb source. I want veggies in there. This is something I would drink. And I put out there, I told people wholeheartedly from the bottom of my heart why I drink it, why I think it's the best. And that's the thing, is that we put out products that we want ourselves. And we genuinely care about people's results. That's the point of differentiation. So let's parlay this. Let's go further in how that works with the consumer pull strategy. So we go on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, store to store. I've traveled 200 to 300 days a year for the most of my adult life. You know, we go in there and we tell people this. We let them try this. If they're online, they go by word of mouth. Their buddy took it. Word of mouth is still the best form of marketing. We have TV, we have internet, we have Google ads, we have YouTube ads, we have radio, newspaper, you name it, television. Word of mouth will grow a company really fast. There's a book called The Tipping Point. I suggest all of you read it who are interested in business. It's called The Tipping Point. So we have all that, but the word of mouth is still the best thing. So people go out and they say, oh, you got to try this. So what happens is, instead of me having a sales rep go into the store saying, hey, you know, I'll spin you a deal, which automatically when you work deals out, the only one winning is the retailer. The consumer is going to pay the same price, but the retailer is going to make extra margin. I want the consumer to get a great deal. That's why I use MAP pricing. MAP pricing is minimum advertised price, which means that no matter where you buy MTS Nutrition Whey, you're going to spend about the same price, if not more, because it's set there, but it's a fair MAP price. Very fair based on market standards and what's in it, and my margin, my markup, which on protein is not great. If I told you guys my margin on protein and you know business, you'd laugh and say, how the hell are you still in business? So looking at that, we have that set. It's set, it's mapped. People go into stores and they say, hey, I want to buy this product. Hey, why aren't you carrying MTS? I want to buy MTS. And then the consumer feels so strongly about that brand because they care about us, we care about them, that they go to that shop owner and they say, you know what? I'm just going to go buy it somewhere else. I'm going to go buy it from Subs.com. I'm going to buy it from Muscle and Strength. I'm going to buy it from Tiger Fitness. To the point where enough people go in and ask for that brand, they're going to get it. You know what I mean? They're going to pick it up. They're going to contact me and they're going to buy it. And that's the pull approach. Best Buy, you think they want to carry Apple? No, they don't. They have no choice. Apple is such a strong name, such a strong presence. Whether you're on, I know you Droid fans are going nuts. Droid's better. I'm not. I'm an iPhone guy. This video is being filmed on an iPhone. But at the end of the day, it's your choice. I'm just saying that Apple owns the consumer's mind. The iWatch was a great launch. Everything they've done has been a friggin' amazing launch. They're good at what they do because they drive consumer demand and they provide, whether you like it or not, quality products that deliver. I love my iPhone. Whether I don't know, maybe it's because I don't know how good a Droid is. I had one back before they were good. But that is what it is. Now, the reason I like the consumer pull approach is because you're not spending money to make money. You're essentially making the product, putting it out there. And I'm going to go back to a book called The 22 Immutable Laws of Marketing. One of the rules is PR builds the brand. Marketing is its defense. Now, what that means is they referenced, I believe it was the Body Shop. Or I believe it was the Body Shop in the mall. And the founder of that company, before she even spent a dime on marketing, well, I mean, other than travel expense, went around and attended, like, you know, Save the Earth festivals and all that. And that's how she built her brand. After that was achieved and her store was set forth, she started expanding different locations. She went and she started marketing. marketing became her defense field, or Ronald Reagan's Star Wars, where he wanted to make sure that no bombs came in. He wanted to build the missile defense system around the country. What I look at marketing as, it's Star Wars. It's Ronald Reagan's Star Wars if we would have done it, except for business, where it defends your territory, where it cements your position in the marketplace. When I popularized BCAA's intro workout, I did not run one ad. I might have run one or two in small, obscure publications that no one saw. The way I built that is I drove my Toyota Corolla for 300 days a year, and I went store to store. This before Facebook. All we had was message boards on bodybuilding.com, and I built that damn thing. And I built it. And then I did a contest. I vlogged it, but I sincerely believed, and I still do, that branch, and don't turn the comments into a branch chain debate. That branch chains during training are the best thing since the egg white omelet. I fucking love them, and now there's data to back it up. So what you get when you have consumer pull is you're selling investors who want to see return. And there you put a time frame, because what investor, I noticed when I was at Instone, I'm not going to say much due to non-disclosure. I'm not sure since they're bankrupt still applies. But I mean, we had investors breathing down our throats for return. Return doesn't always happen overnight. Most companies are in the red, which means in the negative, for about probably 4 to 5 years, I believe is the average last time I checked. So essentially, what you're doing is you're going to be in the negative, except you're going to have all this money flowing in. So when they're not seeing sales, you're going to spend that money to try and basically force sales. When to convert a consumer to your brand takes time. It takes effort. It takes impressions. And what you risk is having what's happened to Muscle Farm, where you have a company who spends a lot of money and sells a lot of product, but it's still way disproportionate to what it should be. And now once their investors pull out, they have to find new money. It's a vicious cycle where if you build a brand the right way, which I believe is in steps, and I also believe it makes you appreciate the brand more. And I know some people have done really well with investors, and I like that approach. It's just not an approach I've taken yet. Will I take it in the future? Absolutely not. I'm just giving you some anecdote from my life if you want to apply that to you. So essentially, I like going like you have your first product, you launch it. And then you get in there and you support the brand. And whatever your marketing approach, whatever your position is, obviously, I'm me. I'm the machine. I'm Marc Lobliner. I'm here to help you reach your goals. I'm going to give you the best products. I'm going to be quality, going to give you a good value. And I'm here if you need anything. And guess what? We support you through YouTube, through Instagram. We're always here for you. We have the best personalized customer service in the world. And our products, our protein, honestly, why does it sell? Because not only is it the best quality on the market, but also we murdered taste. We made Optimum's flavor system. I've said this for years, is fantastic, but it's outdated. It's antiquated. And I tell people this all the time. My cookies and cream cost more to make than my chocolate, much more. I'm talking dollars more, and dollars per container when you're talking about margin is a lot. However, the flavor system costs that much, okay? Now, a company who's large, like Dymatize or Glanbia, they're not going to want to spend that extra money on flavor. I'm just guessing here. This might not be what happens. So that's why that my cookies and cream, why does it taste so good? I'm investing in a better flavor system, and also I'm investing more time to churn this out, and I have more personal pride because I'm not just an R&D guy. I'm the CEO. So I'm going to make sure that thing tastes so good that not only do I want to drink it every meal, but my kids want to drink it, and it's going to be a quality that I'm going to want my kids to drink. So that's where we kind of differentiate. So this has become an anecdote as well as just me talking educationally about basically investor versus grassroots marketing. Now there's two ways to consumer pull versus consumer push, okay? Versus B2B push, whatever you want to call it. At the end of the day, it's your choice how you want to run a business. My preference is, obviously for me, usually, for now, is going to be the grassroots tactic. I'm a hard worker. I like the grind, and I like taking nothing and turning it into something. Just 3 years ago, MTS Nutrition didn't exist. Now it's one of the fastest growing, one of the larger mid-tier companies in the industry. And that's due to hard work, perseverance. And that was after selling a company that did really well, that we started from nothing and took off to be, a large company. So I like that feeling. And I'm one of those guys who I don't like when people help me. Okay. I had one instance where somebody, I'm not going to mention names, was like, well, you're written out. You're not going to be in the will anymore. And I'm like, I don't need your fucking money. I'll make my own money. I like the grind. I'm addicted to work. I confess. I'm addicted to success. And if you're a workaholic and you're addicted like me, the way to start a business is with 2 hands and a mindset to fuck shit up. Guys, I appreciate you watching. This is the tips, just the business tips. It's also somewhere where I can speak about something I really enjoy more than fitness, more than training. I enjoy business. I enjoy marketing. I enjoy consulting. I enjoy what I do. And a lot of times when I speak on fitness topics, people go, oh, he's retarded, he's an idiot, he's a dumbass. Because obviously, because I lift weights, I don't have a high IQ. There's a lot of things you guys don't know about me when it pertains to the business side of things, when it pertains to actually the educational side of things, and the mental performance side of things, that would probably surprise you. And those of you who know me, who are close to me, you know, I don't want to brag about it, okay? I'm just saying that I'm not stupid. And you don't get to where I'm at in my career and build a company from 0 to multiple millions and then build another company with being stupid. I might not be the smartest when it comes to regurgitating research documents, okay? I might not be the smartest when it comes to a lot of things. But when it comes to business, it's what I do, okay? That's why I get paid to consult. That's why I lecture at universities. That's why I lecture at IRCE. Because it's what I do. This is what I do. I'm a pro bodybuilder, but a bad one at that. But at business, not cocky, I'm confident. And to start a business, to be a CEO, if you don't have the confidence and the swagger that I have, good luck being at the bottom. Because to be at the top, you got to think like a winner. You got to think like a champion. And that's what I do. It's just like in training. I'm going to get that weight. I'm going to reach my goals. I'm going to get those results. And business is no different. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com. Because being on the bottom line, consumer pull, all those puns that I'm missing out on because this is a professional video, it's not a game.